Okay, so I want to show you how to add a signature to a page. My dear friend is making this recipe book by her mother, and she has all these beautiful pictures and recipes, and she wanted her actual signature in it. So what I have is a Valentine's card where she actually signed it years ago, and then I have the page that she's going to put it on, and let me show you how to do that. So first of all, I have the card, I haven't done anything to it. All I need to do is go to my lasso and just lasso the signature and Control or Command C to copy. Go over to my signature page and paste it, which is Control or Command V. Ooh, it's big. And then I'm going to size it down a little bit smaller and move it down here. Let's just zoom in just a little bit. And now this is not a super high resolution capture. She just sent me a copy of her page. But one way to do this, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, is you can just change the blending mode. And so over here on the layer panel, I'm changing the blending mode. Okay, so multiply kind of works, but you can see the paper. That works, linear burn, but look, you can see the paper around it. That doesn't work very good. And the rest of them are, for other projects, but it almost works on linear burn, but not quite. So depending on the background, sometimes that will be the perfect answer. It is not the answer in this situation. So what I'm going to do instead is show you a different way. So on this layer, all I need to do is go over here to the layer panel and double click on it as if I'm going to add a layer style like a bevel or drop shadow. But instead of clicking on one of these, I am going to go to this where it says blend if gray. Now this is the very first window that pops up under blending options. So here it says this layer, it's arranged from white to black. All you have to do is take the white slider and go left with it. Look at that. It blends it away. It's like magic. So that kind of worked, but look, it's kind of weak, right? All right, so maybe we should have modified that a little bit before we started. So let's go back to this card. And, it'd be nice if it was black ink, and it'd be nice if it was a little more strong. So let's make it a little more contrasty. So what I'm going to do is go up to Image, Adjustments, Threshold. So Threshold turns it into line art, black and white, and no grays. So all I need to do is change the slider until it looks good. Now I don't want it to go too far. It gets the paper black and it gets chunky. So I kind of want it right about there. So that's a nice strong signature. And say, okay, now let's try it. So L for lasso, I'm just going to lasso that, and Control C for copy. I'm going to go over here and paste it and then transform it smaller. I'm holding Alt so it sizes to the center. Move it down, zoom in just a little bit. Now let's try that and see the difference. So I'm going to double click on there again like we did for layer styles and take the white slider and zoom it over. Look at that. Now I can see little bits of white around the edges, right? Well, if you hold the Alt or Option button, see there's a little line in the middle of that triangle? You just click one side of it and it spreads it and feathers it. So you can actually feather it in case there is a need for blending. There you go. So now we have a nice strong signature and we can tilt it and size it. And that actually looks better than the weaker one that she has, and the black blends in. So there you go. Those are some great tips for taking a signature and putting it on another page and blending it. There's other ways you can do it too with brushes and all kinds of things, but for now, that is a great tip for you to use today, and it's marvelous on logos, by the way, with white surrounding them. So stay tuned for more Suzette Says. Let's get creative.